a mother, a neighbor, a best friend. She is the voice on your radio, a published author, a dynamic motivational speaker, and she may have been the nurse beside your hospital bed. Beaten by her husband and left to die with 2 young children, Marilyn Joyce found the strength to live victoriously despite her tragic circumstances.
I went through a situation where I had been married to a pastor of a church, was living what I thought was my best life, married to the person that I loved more than anyone in the world. I always told my friends, you know, if my life were to end tomorrow, I've married the man that I love more than anything. I've got the life that I could only have possibly dreamed about. I was extremely deliriously happy. And when he became violent and abusive toward me and the children, tried to kill us, left us for dead, I found myself in a situation where my kids and I were living in the car, wondering how I'm going to feed them every day, going to college in the midst of that, and trying to find a way to go on with life. And I looked up one day and realized that, you know, that was not the worst thing that could have happened to me. I don't think there ever was a time where I said, I'm just going to give up and check out on life. I just kept seeing these priorities. And my priorities were my children, you know, the legacy I wanted to leave to them, the life I wanted them to experience, and that wasn't going to happen without me. And so I don't think there's ever been an option to cash out. You know what I'm saying? There's never been an option for me to quit. There's always been a reason to keep going.
Marilyn often shares her personal life experiences in her work of leading others to fulfill their life purpose. Living with lupus, a terminal illness, Marilyn Joyce teaches others how to live in the present.
And one day I started doing some research, and I was actually at work one day, and a physician walked past me and said, Marilyn, you know, I was reading an article the other day, and I said, this sounds like Marilyn. He says, I see you here on the job, and I've seen this rash on your face, and I've seen this, and I've seen other things, and I've seen you, heard you complain about certain symptoms, and he says, I suddenly realized that you might have lupus, and you need to get this, this medical journal, and that just came out this month, and read this. And sure enough, that's exactly what it was. My life is no different from anyone else's. I've experienced some painful events, and I've taken the corrective actions to get away from whatever that painful thing is, or to deal with that pain, because there are some painful things that happen in your life that's actually a good warning sign. You know what I'm saying? So I always say that it doesn't matter what the pain is, whether it's with relationships, whether it's physical pain, medical pain, life pain, it always issues a warning, and then you have to make a decision right then and there. What am I going to do about it? As we've been following the studies, you know, there was a time in which we said that if you were 35 years old...
Today you'll find Marilyn Joyce behind the microphone of her radio talk show, running her consulting firm, researching or writing for her next book, or making an appearance on the 700 Club.
Marilyn, welcome to the 700 Club. It's great to have you here.
When they first invited me, I was not able to go. I was taking care of my father, who was terminally ill, and I felt like I needed to establish my priorities. And even though it looked like a great opportunity, I knew where I needed to be. And after a year and a half, I thought that they would stop asking me, but it didn't, and so it was really amazing. They treated us like royalty. My sister traveled with me, and we had a wonderful time. Pat Robinson was very sweet, very gentle man, and they really treated us well and did a great interview. I thought it was really wonderful the way they conducted that, did a little small reenactment of my book, If He Doesn't Deliver, which is a book that I wrote more than 10 years ago. Listen, if you're in hot pursuit of your purpose and destiny, you have to define the processes. My radio broadcast is called In the Purpose Zone with Marilyn Joyce, and really it opens up with, says, Marilyn Joyce, the diva of destiny. Diva is not something that I'm just using to be fresh. Each letter stands for something. Designing your process. Most people know what they want to do with their life, and if they don't know what they want to do with their life, then there's a certain definition that they need to find. And I help them to define the process of either finding their purpose or defining their purpose and fine-tuning where they're going. I enjoy my work. I enjoy assisting people, helping people find their purpose and destiny, and I do that all the time. It's like breathing to me.
Marilyn Joyce's strategies, knowledge, and expertise come full circle and extend into the business world.
I call it success consulting, how to make the best use of making your business or your ministry a more successful venture. When people are public speakers or ministers or have a home business and they're trying to strategize their way to the next level, whether they're dealing with legal issues, whether they're trying to set up a new identity for themselves. A lot of my clients are people that maybe have been defined as a singer, for example, and they really do a lot of speaking, but for some reason their business has got them stuck with just invitations someplace to go places to sing. This is just one example of the type of clients that I get, helping them establish their definition, showing them how to package themselves. Most people don't understand what packaging is, but image is everything in the realm of business. You fill my life.
Marilyn Joyce attributes remaining steadfast in her life purpose to her connection with God.
Well, I always felt like this was really God's plan for my life. And in your presence. Even a lot of my empowerment strategies and purpose points and things that I give when I'm speaking different places and I'm doing radio and whatnot, it's all based upon the spiritual influence in my life. And people are really surprised many times where I get my information from. It's not all from me.
As for the future, the sky's the limit.
I think I'm living my dreams. I unlike so many people that I've met down through the years who said, I wish I could, I wish I had. I'm in the midst of living my dreams.
To find your purpose and destiny, or to learn more about Marilyn Joyce's consulting services, books, leadership training, motivational speaking, or other services, log on to www.dodestiny.com.